And welcome to Going Off Track.
And I'm glad to be here.
Glad to be here. Jonah, joined by Brad.
Yeah.
Just the two of us.
Just the two of us.
I recently...
We can make it if we try.
Yes.
Just the two of us.
I don't know if I told you this. I recently did an interview about Going Off Track.
You did not tell me that.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, for Alternative Press.
AP. I recently did one for Time Magazine.
Nice. Yes.
But tell me about yours first. And then
it was great. We talked all about the podcast. I don't know if it's for print or the magazine or when it's coming out. But it was whoever interviewed me. I'm slipping on the name. Was super nice.
Guy in a bar, sitting at the end of the bar.
Yeah. So look for that. Look for that. Read AP every week. Stay on their news page and keep checking, and eventually you might see it. Or when it comes out, I'll say something in the podcast too. So that was cool. Getting some props.
Hey, that's great.
Right?
It's about time.
It's about time.
We're due.
4 years in, people are starting to pay attention.
Yeah, man. We're going to sell some records now.
Yeah. This could be our big break, guys. Yeah. So that was cool. What else is going on with me? Not that you asked. Things have been good.
Yeah, what's new? What do you got in your future? We know about your past.
Future.
What's coming up, Jonah?
You know, I'm really just trying to just get it together, get organized, like get back into like yoga, like get over this injury, like eat more vegetables. Just trying to. It's been a little pulled thin.
Straight and narrow. You're trying to get on the straight and narrow.
A little bit. Yeah, I'm just trying to. Just act like an adult a little bit more. 36 now.
Ooh,
I know.
Careful.
I know. Things are not acting the same way they always
you're a
have.
man, dude. 36 is like 16.
Yeah. I mean, look at this mustache.
This is the desirable age.
Yeah, you think?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let me tell you.
Isn't it always
women love a 36-year-old guy?
Yeah.
All ages do.
Yeah. Isn't always though? It's like 5 years ago was like the desirable age, I feel like.
No. You're
Okay.
right there. You're in the pocket.
Okay, cool.
Aren't you feeling it?
Yeah, I feel good. I feel okay.
I know for a fact you didn't stay at your apartment last night. So that's all I'll say.
I did. I stayed at a friend's house. I did. Little shout out. Speaking of staying at friends' houses, a couple weeks ago, I fell asleep on my friend Travis and Julie's couch. And Travis is in a band called Piebald, and they just announced that they're going to be playing a bunch of shows on the East Coast and West Coast. And they're going to be playing that Wrecking Ball Fest. And I actually interviewed Travis for the announcement that got posted on Noisy. So if you love Piebald, which you probably do, you should go see them. I think the shows are in like June or July or something.
I thought maybe you're going to say you fell asleep on his couch and he teabagged you.
No, he did not. Although he did want to... His girlfriend told me he did want to surprise me by barging into the living room naked the next morning and was very disappointed that I had actually gotten up early and left. Someone wanted to get breakfast with me or something, and I guess he was like, "Oh, Jonah's here," and like ran in. I was not here anymore.
It's like you bailed on the chick that you'd spent the night with.
Yeah, sort of. In like a very weird way. But so sorry. Go check out Piebald, Travis. Next time, I promise I will stick around to see you naked.
So, not to segue, but I just wanted to talk about how I think I got blisters on this one, editing this podcast.
Yeah. Let me tell you something. Today's guest, Jesse Camp, as you probably know, MTV VJ. Man, what an interesting dude. Me and Jesse I would have to put this as a close second, if not ahead of the Fat Mike episode in terms of just pure invasiveness of our space and our psyches. Yeah, this was like... I mean, I think Steven left about halfway through. This podcast was over 2 hours long.
Yeah.
Originally. Jesse came by. He brought his sister, who's awesome, who's an amazing photographer. And then about halfway through, his friend Mike Denied came in, unannounced.
Yeah.
But happened to play with Gigi Allen and the Murder Junkies. And if you know me, have a huge fascination with Gigi Allen. So it was actually awesome because I got to ask him all these questions about Gigi from someone who like was friends with him.
I missed that. I had to leave halfway through this podcast just to get some work done.
Yeah,
dude.
no, I get it. But yeah, so check out Mike is a super awesome dude as well. His band, The Denied, is cool. Check them out. He's like a New York punk, just awesome dude. And yeah, Jesse obviously was a VJ on MTV. The 90s, won this contest, and
still has some stuff going on.
I met him. Yeah, he's at SNL a lot, so I've seen him a lot of parties. I met him at a Laura Jane Grace show. He's everywhere. I feel like everywhere I go, he's there, and he's 17 feet tall, so very easy to spot.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, I thought this podcast was going to be us like sort of like figuring out what Jesse's doing now, and after talking to him for 2 hours, I think I know less what he's doing now. I have no idea. I just know that he's working on a bunch of projects. He's super friendly, a very sweet dude, and
definitely an enthusiastic guy.
Yeah,
and you'll hear it. So,
and recently he gave me a ride to a party while I was blackout drunk, and I only realized it once I looked on Instagram the next day. I was like, I'm in a car with Jesse Camp, and I was like, oh yeah. So thanks for the ride. Thanks for coming by. This is a very weird and fun podcast, and Jesse and his sister and Mike are awesome. So let's get into it because there's a lot to get into. All right, here we are with Jesse Camp.
Ba-boom! Jonah!
What is up, man?
Jonah, thank you so much for having me on. I love the podcast. You know, I got to be honest, I am a big Talk is Jericho podcast fan.
Okay.
And I like the Eddie Trunk podcast, but your podcast is amazing. And it's honor. I think can you swear? No.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh,
yes,
okay.
Absolutely.
Why would you not? Well, I'm sure legally you could. There's no FCC on a podcast.
We can do whatever we want.
Still getting to know everyone, and so you want to be polite. You don't want to just start going off the rails.
It's
but
all good.
Super quick, I didn't put two and two together. Oh, yeah, and so, when I'm here in New York, and if there's Saturday Night Live, I mean, the cast, they're awesome, and it's always, Michael Che, and, it's the coolest cast maybe ever, and, of course, so your sister, that's kind of how we met.
Right.
And then, and I think we met again at, like, a City Winery Laura Jane Grace thing.
Yes.
And so, that's the cool thing about New York. Like when you kind of like, you meet people and then you kind of like, you see them again in different places. I hope this isn't too boring. But what I'm getting to is that I heard about the band United Nations. With the Beatle cover of Abbey Road where they're all on fire, to the whole crazy saga of how like everyone is in different recording contracts, so they can't legally be in the band at times. I don't know. It's a cool thing. And I did not realize that you are, of course, Jonah Bear from United Nations.
It's true.
Which is amazing, which is very cool.
Thanks, man.
Absolutely.
Wow, my ego has been really fired up already.
Yeah, it's a good way to start.
And listen, I really wish my amazing sister, that's another cool link between us, too, is that, are you and Vanessa only siblings?
Yes.
Exactly. That's cool. And same with me and my sister. And so I have a younger sister. Well, I'm getting at, and we work a lot together, but then we do different stuff. Oh, where was I going with this? Oh, yeah, no, just saying, like, why I think you're a rad guy. And then final thing, all right, I'm really hogging the beginning of this. I really apologize.
No.
I'm meandering, but once we get this all out, so final thing here, I remember, like, I think I was a little stoned, and I asked you and your sister, I was like, I'm a bit psychic, and I really was feeling psychic at the time, and I just had this thing. I'm like, you guys are either from New Mexico or Ohio.
I remember that.
I mean, there's something, so like, and you grew up in
Ohio.
Boom.
It's true.
And listen, what part of Ohio?
Cleveland.
Boom. Okay, so get this. It's, shit. All right, this is a good one. This is going to tie it all together, and then I'm going to stop this. But, oh, hey!
Jesse's
all right,
sister's here.
my sister is here.
Noise and I ruined it all.
It's fine. You're
No. Not at all. So we're getting to the good part of this opening story, tying the whole Jonah Bear and Jesse Camp saga together. So, all right. So basically, it was Saturday night. I played a concert with this one of my bands that I'm in Chicago, and then I was in my own car, and so I'm driving my car back to New York, and I left Chicago at like 9 a.m. Bottom line, it was the Saturday Night Live, after party and Bruce Springsteen, and it was going to be a fun night. So long story short, it's kind of like that song Detroit Rock City by Kiss, except I didn't die. But what I'm getting to is, so I'm like cruising down the highway to New York City for like an epic Saturday night. And then about like 6:45 at night, I get a flat tire. No big deal. I got AAA, so I was totally good, got the spare on, and also got a lecture about the ins and outs of Jethro Tull by a very stoned AAA driver who also had a flute with him in his tow truck. But nonetheless, didn't want to. I'm thinking it's like now at this point, it's like almost 8:30. Do I drive like the 400 miles to New York on a spare or no? Right? That's not a good idea. Think you're only supposed to drive them like 50 miles or anything.
Right.
Well, flash forward, can't do anything about it till Sunday. Found an epic place called Tires Discount, not to be confused with Discount Tire, the national chain. Tire Discount is run by a guy named Arab. No, not Arab. Oh my gosh. He's from Jordan, but he's really gangster, like a Dearborn, Michigan, guy from Iran. I get 4 new tires because they have an all-wheel vehicle for only $160. Now, basically, long story short, that's an outrageous price for 4. They were hot tires, if you know what I mean.
I know what you mean.
But anyway, so I finally, so long story short, I did not go to the Saturday Night Live after party, but Marisha was there, and it was an epic night. And then you sent me a very cool video. What I'm getting to with all this is that I had you on my mind this weekend, and isn't it crazy? Where I broke down was the town of Streetsboro, Ohio.
Yes, I know exactly where that is.
And you know how it's like there's like a Walmart Supercenter there and like a Home Depot. But long story short, I finally got my tire fixed around like 5 o'clock. I'm like, well, shit, I'm going to do some thrift store shopping because that's my big vice, thrift store junkie. And had you on my mind, I knew that I would be here on Tuesday, hopefully, and that we're doing the podcast tonight. And so long story short, this is a happy Hanukkah gift from me to you.
Thank you so much.
This is from a thrift store in Ohio.
Describe it, Jonah. Describe it.
Whoa. This is awesome. This is a really cool
You gotta
jacket.
flip it.
Whoa. Bobcats.
Boom.
Thank you, man. Ohio Bobcats jacket. I really appreciate it. That's very nice of you.
Oh, of course.
Wow.
Yeah.
Really worth waiting like a week after Hanukkah for.
Yes. Because Hanukkah has passed.
Yes.
Has it? Let's go to our...
President expert. Yes, it has.
Yeah.
It has. Okay.
Let's see. So Steven,
We have a couple special guests, too. The violin player from Kansas who has an eye patch is coming in.
For real?
Yeah. I don't know his name.
Is this really happening?
Can we go to our research department? We'll get a name later. But I hope that wasn't a
He's
big
just hanging
long-winded
out.
story.
Like, how did you meet him?
What?
Is the violinist from Kansas? He's just hanging out.
Yeah, he is, because Prague Nation does a podcast across the street in the Beanery Barn. It's competing with the Converse Rubber Studios.
Damn. Oh, I didn't know they're rival softball
Oh, hell
teams.
yeah. Beanery Barn is taking over the latte game here in Brooklyn and parts of South Bronx.
I feel a war coming on.
They got some heavy hitters over there. Tim Allen's doing a podcast out of there.
Oh, shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God.
It's on.
Well,
And the entire cast of Different Strokes, the surviving people, they've all banded together and they're doing a podcast.
I'm on a list.
Conrad Bain, R.I.P.
Did somebody put
Yes.
somebody put mushrooms in my granola bar for real? So what do you think?
so-
Should we just do a spare mic and I'll like?
I think
Sit back.
we'll figure it out.
Okay.
Oh no!
I think we're okay.
Then don't. No, then don't.
Jesse, what'd you bring the rest of us?
Hey, say what?
What did you bring the rest of
gift
us?
wise?
brought
Well, just a lot of wit and good stories.
I was gonna say.
Beautiful. That's all we
Well,
want.
speaking of good stories, I don't know if you know, Steven was a VJ for a long time.
Oh, cool.
And so I thought you guys maybe could talk about some VJ stuff because I feel like it's kind of a lost art a little bit.
It's a littered and storied career we've had. Well, here's how I know about you, Jesse. Is I don't know if what her married name is Amanda Schatz Gatayev, but did you know Amanda Schatz at MTV?
Oof. I feel like I did shots with Amanda Schatz.
Of course you did. She was one of the casting directors when you did the Want to Be a VJ competition.
Oh, cool.
And she told me stories about like being like this guy and Dave Holmes. It has to be them too. Like they have to be part of the whole package. Like they're both so good. Like it has to work out. And then I remember,
good things come in pairs.
Totally, dude. And you guys
balls
were like,
for one.
It's true.
Unless you're
of us.
one of the 1 in 29 million men that have 3 balls.
Really?
Yeah. And do they have a lot of sperm? Oh, they do.
Where'd that statistic come up from?
The Almanac of Dick Stories.
Can you, if you have 3 balls, can you donate one of them to somebody that's underprivileged?
Yeah, like would you donate to someone with testicular cancer? That seems selfish if you don't.
Ooh, these are tough questions.
You're the one bringing the knowledge.
Well, all right.
I had not known that there was a
If I had to
triple ball
judge Mathis
phenomenon.
this, I would say, you know what? I mean, shit, maybe we can find a way to like genetically engineer and modify dicks. I mean, think about what companies like Sasantos are doing with our food, you know, the thing Neil Young hates. I don't know their name. I'm really butcher of that. But
one
you
of the
know
many
what I
things
mean?
Neil Young
What are you
Like,
talking about?
balls. Man, I got off on a tangent.
Oh, not at all.
But
We
no, you're
often end up with testicles here. It's easy.
You're absolutely right. I forgot. Oh, yeah. Well, I think this all came from talking about how good things come in pairs. Ketchup
It's
and
true.
mustard.
It's true.
Salt and pepper.
Hey, what was your tenure at MTV? How long were you there?
Oh, man. That's a good question. But one that has a definitive answer. But I was there for like about a year and a half, but then I kind of made guest appearances, but you know, I was there full time a year.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. No, did you get to play music while you were doing that too, or was it just straight up hosting?
Yeah, I mean that was still. It's gonna be hard to beat that year of like 1998 to 1999 because I mean, talk about doing everything all in once. You know, I recorded the album produced by like Rob Cavallo, who is like Green Day American Idiot.
Rob.
And Julian Raymond was the co-producer, and he's gone on to do all Cheap Trick stuff, and he did all that Glenn Campbell stuff that, you know, his last albums before the Alzheimer's really kicked in.
Was that album on Reprise? Is that why Rob did it?
No, it was, wow. I mean, this is a podcast. Again, one other thing is that I did find myself listening to a lot of episodes of Talk is Jericho, the podcast, which is really underrated. It's my second favorite podcast. Of course,
Chris
my
Jericho?
first is this one.
Yes, right answer.
That's Chris Jericho's podcast.
Yeah, I mean, we could give him a
Love
plug.
that dude.
But hey, super quick, is there a telephone number here that people can call into the studio and be part of the
There
podcast?
is, somebody
on?
could call in. We could put him on speakerphone over here,
Okay.
or you could call him if you want.
Well, I'll tell you what, we don't have to do that right now, but I mean, there's a chance. How long is the podcast? Or
How long do you want it to be?
Do you guys? I'm so down to go for a 2-parter. I know that. I feel I warrant it, and I'll tell you why. Because I'm being honest from the heart. This is a really magical time you guys are getting me at because I'm on the cusp of after really being retired from the business of
Making a comeback?
entertainment. Yeah, I got a lot of huge projects that I'm really excited about, and my sister and I have been working nonstop this year on a brand new show called Born to Rock and Roll. And it's basically like half travel show and then half interviews with musicians and friends and there are some occasional fake commercials and, and
It's just an excuse to travel around the world, and
yeah.
sounds good.
Well, it's a really cool show, but then we have some great you know what? I'm being a douche coming on here and then talking all about this. Oh my Lord, forget that. So I got this,
awesome.
we got this awesome show that we're working on and so no, I feel I'm not
You can
a
talk about whatever you
self-promoter.
want. You can talk about whatever you
then
want.
I'll talk about my cookbook next. It's listen, you know what? I'll tell you this. Paula Deen writes cookbooks. That's what the woman does. But she's always had a ghostwriter working with her. And
Was you?
well, it wasn't for her most successful books, but I'll tell you this. After her scandal, a lot of people in the ghostwriting industry didn't want to work with her. So I got the call, and I'm really, really excited about Paula Deen with Jesse Camp.
Whoa.
Presents Southern Cooking Done Right in the BBQ Stew. It's a good reading.
Really?
Yep, that's another project.
Give me a good recipe. What's a good recipe from this?
Man,
book?
if you really like gumbo with a kick,
Yeah.
you're going to love this recipe. Wait, what, Paula? Don't give it out. Can't we just give them one? No, don't call me that. My name is not Cornbread, Paula. Okay. For legality, I guess I cannot give out any recipes from this book.
We understand.
You're going to have to take my word for it. They are delish.
All right.
Yeah, and then then I got a new series on PBS with Ken Burns.
Of course.
It's
That
pretty
one
fantastic.
I had heard about that one, actually.
Yeah, it's a 10-parter. You don't have to. Well. Oh, okay. We're going to capture some great moments. In fact, we also have an E! Entertainment reality show with the Madden brothers, Joel and Benji. And I play their next door neighbor, Hernando. I know, weird name. And that's exciting. And whoa, the crew are here now. I'm just filming a moment of it from my bad side. But it's all good. I'm excited about this stuff. But listen, this is a podcast, especially any kind of radio broadcast. And I love being a part of it. But I got to say, when you got four guys together, it's a team.
Yes.
And I've been hogging the ball. And Jonah hasn't even said like a word the whole show yet. And so what I'm saying is, like a team, we all work together for this epic 2-parter. I'm glad we got hot coffee coming. Man,
I don't know that we
I'm
need
so
it.
honored too that this show, I mean, you guys have had big guests on here and like a who's who of emo core and screamo core, and then also like William Shatner, and
We're still waiting on him.
oh,
We're still waiting on.
I might have misread.
I've interviewed Shatner. Have you interviewed Shatner, Jesse?
No.
I've done the hat trick. I've been fired from Fuse, VH1, and MTV. So when I was
You
at
look
MTV,
really familiar.
Jonah and I did a show on Fuse for years.
Steven's Untitled Rock Show. And Steven was the host.
Oh,
If you watch that show, it was live.
huge fan.
Well, thank you. Enjoy you as well.
This is really cool.
Yeah, Jonah, we started the podcast with Brad a few years ago, but due to me being a full-time dad, Jonah does the lion's share of the work, and Brad does 100% of the technical stuff and also co-hosts and has fun. But we did that show forever, and this kind of evolved out of it. But I was at MTV when they started doing online stuff, and I did all these comic book conventions. And one of the first things I did was I had to sit down with Shatner, and I had heard awful things. Couldn't have been cooler. You ever have an interview like that where you heard like someone was crazy and then you sit down with them and they're just like awesome as hell?
Yeah. For
Like you
sure.
have a good way of disarming people. I don't think you ever had like a bad interview experience talking with somebody?
Well, that's just the thing. I mean, right now I was just really like, doing the hogging, but I mean, interviewing people, I think that some of the masters are definitely like Howard Stern. And,
Oh my God, he's the greatest.
Yeah, and you're fantastic too. I mean, I guess the only way to know how I interview would be just to do a quick interview with Jonah now.
Yes, definitely.
Okay, super quick. But Steve, this is a demo interview, so I will keep it under 90 seconds. Okay.
We're timing you, and go.
Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, the man to my right needs no introduction, but you know I'm a ham, so I'm going to give it anyway. He is the fucking man, yo, from United Nations. I'm talking about the guitar player, the Dragon Slayer, Jonah Bear.
What's up, Jesse? How are you? Thanks
Jonah,
for having me.
Oh man, I'm happy to have you here. So, yo, the third album by United Nations, is it coming out?
It's going to be coming out. Yeah, we reissued our first album last year. And yeah, we're writing it now, sort of. Hopefully at the end of this year, we'll see. Yeah.
End of 2016.
End of 2016, yeah.
Oh, man, fantastic. I'm not
Hopefully.
saying that you guys are like a Chinese democracy band, but we're kind of waiting on it.
Yeah,
but,
I understand. Yeah, it's been a couple years.
But, man, it's cool hearing about the reissue of the first album. I mean, one of the things, of course, that's so dope about that is the original album cover with the Beatles.
On fire, very limited. I think there are only 1,000 of them, and they're long gone. I have one at my parents' house, so.
Okay, so it's a real collector's item.
Yeah. And all that artwork is actually in the reissue. There's big fold-outs, so you can get that back.
Yo, this is fantastic.
Yeah, it's cool.
Much like Bruce Springsteen's new The River box set, this is going to be a deluxe package. Any unreleased material?
I don't think so, but I think it's like remastered or something.
Yeah. Well, Jonah, I'm excited about that, but I mean, getting back to the roots of it, hey, listen, I hope I don't scare you that I know a little of your backstory, but yo, if you're going to interview someone, and yo, if you dig someone, you kind of got to know the facts. So, grew up in Cleveland, Ohio.
Yes.
A young man. We're men, so we can say our age. You came up in the early 90s?
Yeah, I'm 36 now.
Oh, shit, snap. I am 36. Boom, that's an interview skill right there, doing something that's relatable. I knew Jonah was 36. See, being a good interviewer is much like being a good defense lawyer. You know what I mean? I'm leading the witness right here. Okay, back to the story at hand. Jonah, I am such a microphone hogger. I totally dig the Cleveland area. I mean, from Shakers Heights to Avon to Kettering to Streetsboro to, man, there's a lot of cool towns around there. Oh, man. Headquarters of Sunoco, the gas company. That's dope. But, I mean, wow. So, like, and of course, you know, what are, well, shit. I'm trying to paint a picture of Cleveland, but I think Cleveland's a really dope spot. It's crazy. It's kind of like part Erie, Pennsylvania and Buffalo vibe, but then it's also got the Ohio vibe. It's its own kind of thing. Anywho, can you tell me a little about growing up when you first got into music and when you first started playing guitar and kind of your early bands and just kind of like your journey with music?
Sure, yeah. I started playing guitar when I was like 13. I started a punk band called Plug. When I was like 16, we played our high school talent show and got kicked out for starting a mosh pit. And they said they were going to cancel the entire talent show from then on because it was so chaotic. And then I was in a band called DAF Militia with these two twins that had mohawks, and we would cover like the Misfits, Gigi Allen, that kind of stuff. And yeah, that was sort of where my journey started. I was really into like NoFX, a lot like that Epitaph type stuff.
Gotcha.
But also Gigi Allen, which we were talking about earlier, like the early stuff with the Jabbers, like love that stuff, Band in Boston, all that.
Yeah. He's like the David Allan Coe of punk rock, kind of.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And that, hey, we may, if we're doing a two-parter, we definitely gotta get this guy in here. Marisha, is there any way you can see if Mike denied?
He's here. There's the guy's here.
Who?
There's somebody out there with glasses who says that he's here for the podcast.
Can we?
Do you want me to bring him in?
Yeah.
I just wanted to check before I.
Hey,
I didn't want to break up the flow.
Not at all. Listen.
Can you check on this coffee for Jesse, too?
Yeah,
Oh, man, I'm getting the royal treatment here. I love you guys to death already, and
Oh, thanks, man.
this is going to be a magical podcast. I feel it tonight. Steve, huge fan of you.
I'm going to surrender my mic and put it over
Okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, let me get out of the way then so he can talk.
You guys can probably sit together.
Marisha, can we get Mike?
Dudes, this is I don't want to miss it, but I don't know how long I can. hang.
No, it's not.
Okay,
if
just-
you get it on us, it's okay.
Whatever you got to do. Like
All right.
if you got to split,
Hey!
But I
think
do
we're
not
both-
want to miss this.
Steve, do not split. Because hold on, I really want to get into. You have some great stories, and it'd be an honor to hear some.
Oh, dude, no, this is about you, my friend. You are here for us.
Well,
I like everything that's coming out. This is awesome.
oh man, I always got good shit coming out. Really positive twos.
I just want to hear about. You said that you were like semi-retired. Like, I want to hear what was it that drew you back.
Ooh, man. I don't really want to get into my relationship with the Lord here. I mean, I don't think this is a Christian broadcast.
No, not at all.
But, I mean, when better than now to talk about my faith? Jesus told me, get out of the entertainment industry. I mean, it was dirty, you know. I started on the top in 1998, and, you know, there's only... nowhere to go but down. I mean, towards the end, I was lucky to get a guest spot on The Bold and Beautiful, as Ridge Forrester's Gardner Hernando. And it's a name that stuck. And what I'm getting at is this. I mean, I've seen some low points. I've seen some bathroom floors. And then the Lord Jesus Christ said to me, I just I was at my lowest point, man. I was up to like a 10,000 a day crack habit. I was dressing up as Wheezy Jefferson in West Hollywood in a production of The Jeffersons Go Wild, and it was just, I was like, man, when better than that? Okay, I'm gonna stop this fake testimony. I love Jesus like everyone else, but I'm kind of like where the Doobie Brothers were on it. Jesus, he's all right. I'm totally down. Anyway, Steve, before we.
Somewhere Brian had Welch is like stabbing something.
Oh yeah. We got we're good friends with Korn. I hate being a name dropper, but Brian Head Welsh. Yeah, I think I was basing that a little on him, just giving a testimony. But no, I love Jesus and everything. No, Steve, to answer your question honestly, the real truth of it is that no, I mean, I had some stuff that I kind of had to deal with. I had like a 6-year-old son that I hadn't seen in years, and man, it was just time to really put the brakes on the crazy lifestyle. I mean, my last real gig was Ringling and Barnum and Bailey Circus, and
For real, a child or
no, I have no children yet. No, and I mean
the seed has not been spread.
Oh, listen, if, I could get a fake Harvard doctorate, maybe.
Aren't they all?
What I meant by that is that's a qualification now to give sperm. Am I right, Jonah?
I don't know. Is that maybe? I haven't tried.
Oh, I guess I'm the only guy here that, went to a sperm bank. No, Steve, to answer your question, I honestly, listen, this is the only part of the show where I'll be serious, but it's been like 6.5 years now, so I think that's a good amount of time to, be away from it. But basically towards my, towards the end of my late 20s, I was a pretty bad drug addict. And that I'm being real about, and I'm being sincere. No more joking. I'll be totally real. And so basically, I'd gotten in trouble before in California. Honestly, if you want to get to crazy stories, I got great ones. I was actually, long story short, I started doing speed when I was about 23, and then I kind of kept at that till I was about 29. And I wasn't a shooter or a smoker. I just do lines of it like people do coke, but anywho, so basically when I was 29, great story though is I'm just thinking about it because it's really crazy. I've been friends with Scott Weiland for probably since I think 2003 or I think since then. And we were actually, so the first time I got busted in California is where I live. But I'm here in New York a lot because my sister and I work together on the show, and this is where all my family is from here in New England. But long story short, So I had gotten busted for the first time for possession, and well, like my sentence the first time was like a 3-month rehab program, and then that was kind of it, and probation. But then the second time I got busted, I had a harsher sentence. I got like a 6 months, but I had to do it like in a sober living house. But there's this great organization called Music Cares that's run through the Grammys. And so, they basically, if you're a musician or what have you, they'll help, get you treatment. And so I was living in this house. Well, one of the guys, I can't say who he was, but basically, like, I was, it was a really cool 6 months because I was living in this, like, sober living house, but it was, like, all musicians, and, like, and Scott Weiland was one of them. And so I got to know him kind of really well, and then I really kind of, hung with him a lot over the years, and then basically, like, the last time I saw him was, like, a week and a half before he died.
And, I'm so sorry.
Man... Am I just over talking here, telling all these things?
Dude,
I feel like
that's your friend. I mean, that's
but I feel like I'm hogging the podcast, Steve.
Oh, please, dude. No. Wait, now. So did those experiences work? Like, are you in a good spot now?
Oh, yeah. So well, it sounds like I might have some memory problems there, that I lost the subject matter we were talking about. It's just that Scott. My sister and I were just in Chicago, shooting some music videos for one of my, musical projects. And, Scott Weiland was in town, and he was like playing this like weird show out at the Arcada. It's just really weird too, because I've known Tommy Black for a whole lot of years too. And he's, the nicest guy in the world. And, it's crazy how that all went down, that the cops arrested him at first, but the charges were dropped. But that was a horrible time for him. I mean, because it's like Tommy Black was Scott Weiland's right-hand man.
Mm-hmm.
Am I being boring? Do you guys kind of know the people I'm talking about? I feel like, hey, I don't mean to be like Courtney Love, like just like going out this thing and like hijacking it and talking all about stuff. But man, I knew him. I guess, guys, the thing that I'm trying to get at, and the reason why it hits me so heavy, is because we were talking about sobriety, right? And so, in my journey with that, listen, I still smoke pot, but really not all that much. I mean, but
I really
like,
don't,
as
I'm
far
one of those
as
people
like
that I really
anything
don't think
heavy,
pot counts.
Nothing ever again. Like, but, or, whatevs. But, like, speed is the thing that I will never, ever touch ever again in my life. And that's the truth with it. And so, long story short, I got sober from speed, like, in 2009. And what was crazy is I got sober. I didn't have any legal things or anything, but I was just at this place when I was 29 where I'm like, okay, you're about to be 30. It's time to kind of get your shit together. And so, kind of like that's, when I started, and that's when I got sober. And then, but when I got sober, I kind of, took some time, just to kind of live life and stuff. And
what were you doing? Were you working? Were you making money? Did you have money? Like, how'd that happen? Like, how was your life sustained?
Oh, yeah. I mean, well, I really don't want to get into the specifics of how I come by my wealth. Being honest with you, I do some shady things, but nothing really illegal. I'm just joking around. No, I managed a couple Pizza Hut Taco Bells, which was really a rewarding experience, I mean, it was just a total Erykah Badu move, you know what I mean? You get sober, advantage a Pizza Hut Taco Bell while raising your baby with Eric Andre, It's what you do. Oh my God, coffee. Thank you. Brought to us by our amazing sponsor. Guys, the show is brought to you by Organic Valley whole milk. Yes, Jonah, I would love some Organic Valley whole milk in my coffee.
Don't give this man coffee, for the love of God.
Oh, man. You guys, I tell a lot of tall tales here on this show. I mean, the thing about me is I'm a Scorpio, and I figured this out. And
when's your birthday?
It is November 4th.
Mine's November 15th.
So you are a Scorp.
Oh, yeah.
You're November 79?
Horny and full of anxiety.
Yes.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm September. We're close.
We're very close.
I'm a little older than you. I'm like a month older.
But I know where you're coming from because I'm in very similar shoes. Your shoes came out in September. I came out in November. But the important thing is we made it into the 70s, which
That's
is
true.
great.
That is true.
But Steve, no, I mean the thing is that honestly, yeah, sometimes you have to take a break from stuff. Yeah, no, that story about getting sober is true. And then I will say this. Yeah, not everything I've done. You know what? The thing is, I'm in a great position now because I got a lot of money in the bank. How I procured it, that need not be discussed. But the thing is, I'm financially really solid, and I've managed to keep the same apartment in LA for oh my God, for 15 years. So that's a miracle too.
Are you a shrewd investor? Is that where this comes from?
Yes, that's a great way of putting it. That is a perfect way of putting it. I cannot say what I invested in, but that is it. And I just don't want the IRS coming after me.
They will find you, dude. Trust me.
Oh,
If they
great.
can get Capone, man, you be careful.
I'm just kidding. If the IRS comes after me, they're just gonna, trace it back to a bogus shareholding in the Bermudas. I'm cool.
Fair enough.
I'll
Get that
Steve,
shit in the
either way.
Caymans, man.
Steve, here's the real thing: is that I found myself drawn to the Dalai Lama. So basically, I get sober, and then age 30, I'm like, I got to go to Tibet, and the thing's this is really crazy. It's crazy, man. This is crazy, man. This
Did
is
you
a
for real
crazy
go to
one.
Tibet?
Well, what I was going to say is, so I go walking in Tibet in the mountains, and this is, back 5 years ago. And man, 3 years later, boom, I'm still walking around, in the mountains out there, just getting really spiritual. I didn't talk for 2.5 years.
I bet you did.
Well, no, I did not. And then, would luck be a lady tonight? Yes, it would, because then
You gonna drop some guys in
who
dolls?
would
Is that what you're
happen?
gonna do?
Who would happen to drop by Tibet to play a special concert? But Wayne Coyne of the Flaming Lips. And then before I know it, I'm locked in his compound for 2 years. And then flash forward to January when I was finally released. And then boom, I felt like the West Memphis 3. I was back in the high life again. And we started work on this TV show. My pilot with Bill Cosby got scrapped. That was a setback, but, for good reason. And, Jack Ritter was probably the best Three's Company cast member, Steve. I'm not going to deny that. I'm a fan of Mr. Roper and Larry, but no, Steve, you're right. Jack Tripper all the way.
Man, rest in peace, John. Rest in peace.
Yes. I hope that you're having fun.
Are you more of a Three's Company or a Three's a Crowd guy? Be honest.
Okay. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a special. I'm not dodging the question. I believe Three's a Crowd could either be a show with Ted Knight, but I think that's called Too Close for Comfort. I'm saying that Three's a Crowd is the show that came after, where it was him and his father-in-law and his wife.
Well done.
Boom. But listen, we're all Jeffrey Tambor fans here, who's going to be on the next episode of this show. And he's going to be talking about his new Netflix series, Trans America. I'm sorry, Transparent is the name of that. Fine. He's a parent and he's trans, and it also transcends what you expect from a comedy drama. It's maybe some of Jeffrey Tambor's best work, and Jeffrey Tambor is going to be here on the next episode of
Going Off Track.
Going Off Track, and that was a perfect example of going off track.
Dude,
but
Jesse,
Steve, we got a really
real
special
quick, real
guest
quick.
here. Can you see this man over here?
I can see
I
him.
know that
Before we
Jonah is a huge G.G. Allen fan. This
Sure.
is one of my best friends in the world. We were together in Jesse and the 8th Street Kids, and if there is ever a Jesse and the 8th Street Kids reunion, no doubt it's going to be us two doing it. I
Dude, Jesse,
could not
Jesse,
be more
hold
proud.
Hold on, Jesse. Jesse,
Yeah.
hold on.
Yes.
I have to go. I'm so sorry. I want to listen to you forever because I love it. You guys have the best rest of the podcast. This was awesome.
Well, listen, Steve, are you in New Jersey? You live there?
Represent.
Now, how did you, did you work in New York continuously through your career?
I started in LA and then mostly New York, yeah.
Okay.
I was at Fuse for a while and MTV
And
for a
Fuse
while.
is right across the street from Madison Square Garden.
Yes, indeed.
I always got Steve's Entitled Rock Show confused with like a show that Steve-O hosted. But then I would like watch more of it and I'd always be like, yeah, this is a different show. This is kind of cool.
Yeah, no one's stapling their testicles to anything.
No. Again, I think if we can glean one thing from today's Going Off the Tracks, it's testicular cancer. It's a real thing. Check your balls.
Jesse,
But
thanks so much. man.
final
You guys
thing,
have fun.
Steve, because you're from New Jersey, I know that like when you go out tonight on the New Jersey Parkway, you know, you're going to be surrounded by those great people of the Garden State. So let's give a couple shout outs to some of our favorite towns in the Garden State. Linden, New Jersey. All right. Paramus, Edison, New Brunswick, South Amboy, Perth Amboy, Brick, Wall, Newark, Jersey City. Boom. Let's go near Philly. We got like Springfield, Vauxhall, Cherry Hill, Camden, and oh man, speaking of Camden, Mike Deny just got back from there with a great lunch pail. Hell yeah, this is a score. I'm off the rails. No,
Be well, buddy.
Steve, you're amazing. We got to visit you sometime in Jersey.
All right.
Yes.
Have fun.
Later.
Okay. Boom.
Boom.
So how long you been off that crack?
Should we?
Yeah, do it.
Because, Joan, I know you're a huge, and so this is just great because Mike and I have known each other forever, and we met when we were like, well, I was like 18, and Mike and his brother Joey like used to just completely run the East Village in 1999, and Mike played with Gigi Allen, and I know you're a big Gigi Allen fan.
I am.
So
Yes.
Mike, you got to meet Jonah.
Good to meet you.
What's
Mike.
happening,
How's it
man?
going,
You got to come up to the mic.
Move it to you.
Oh, that's better.
Were you at the? I know, like the DJ Allen shows here were so legendary at the gas station.
The gas station show I set up with guy Rob McDonald.
Really?
Yeah, that's my band, The Denied, a band I was playing with at the time. I played bass for them. We opened for them for that show, and we set it up because when Gigi got out of, like when they got back into New York after he was locked up and they did the Hated movie and all that shit, his brother Merle, who was living down in Chinatown, which is who Gigi always stayed with, was moving up to 24th Street, so he needed a place to stay. So he ended up staying with me because I was talking to him, like, you know, just the whole way about booking the shows and shit like that. And we ended up writing a bunch of shit together, and we were going to start a band called Low East Side of Scum. And, you know, did a bunch, like, we were writing stuff. He was staying there. That he died right after the gas station show. And I happened to have broke my guitar player's arm in the Denied that night, getting into a fight with him. So the Denied was about to end, too. Actually, it was earlier, before the show. If you watch the video, if you ever seen the Denied footage, which is out there, Merle puts it out, the guitarist in the Denied is playing with a cast and his guitar pick duct taped to his fingers.
Wow.
But because of that, like, Merle was going to, that's why we ended up getting on they brought us in for the memorial show where they had Jeff Clayton from Antiscene singing. And our singer from the Denied actually happened to get stuck in Pittsburgh. And since I wrote all the shit and everything, we went on as a three-piece with me singing. And Merle got to hear me for the first time with that. And he liked it. And he was going to break the band up. The Murder Junkies thing, he had gotten Mike Hudson from the Pagans. He did like a show and Hudson couldn't deal with it, left right after the show, quit the band. And Merle was just going to wrap it at that and just call it a fucking day. And then the Brutality record came out and he got such a response from it. You know, people saying how that was the best record Gigi had done and this and that. And I mean, Merle had been in all of like the best Gigi material like over the years. Merle, like a lot of people don't realize that Merle was the bass player and the writer for most of that shit. So the songs were just as much his. So he wasn't going to keep going with the band, and then he actually found through some of Gigi's old stuff a tape that we had done. And he heard it, and he was like, it was the first time that he said he couldn't tell what was his brother and what was me, like what we wrote and what parts we were singing. So he wanted to know if I'd be interested in trying out for that. And I told him the Denied just broke up. So I tried out for them. When I got to the rehearsal, they were always one of my favorite bands anyway. All the Gigi stuff, and Murder Junkies in particular. So when we got to the rehearsal, he was like, what songs do you want to do, this and that? And I was like, just do your set list. And I blew through the whole set list. He told you, like, he took me on the spot. We had our first show like 3 days later. We were on tour fucking within a couple, like maybe a month. And then we came back, we recorded the Feed My Sleeves record. Then we were playing on and off. We did Right to Remain Violent, a bunch of comps. And that was it. Then we stopped playing for a while because I got locked up for a year. Came back. Then I got back with them for in what was it, like 2000? What was the 11th anniversary of Gigi's death? We did a tour with the Jabbers and the Murder Junkies because it was his first band and his last band. And the Jabbers had Wimpy from the Queers singing, which they were awesome with Wimpy. It was really good.
That's cool.
Yeah, and it just went good with that. And then when we got back, Merle had moved and I had moved at the same time. I lost my phone. I didn't have a way to get in touch with him. And he sent people looking for me, trying to find me in the city. And if you know Merle, he's a piss ass. He takes it like it's a personal insult. Like, So it's like we lost ways. And then he moved out to California and I got locked up again. Went to prison for a little bit, came out, and got my new band, The Deceivers, with my brother, splitting vocals with me. It's almost like an all-star band of the Lower East Side, because on drums we got John Lynch, who's been in like every major hardcore and punk band out of New York. He was in like SFA, Yuppie Side, The Blank 77, like just a huge list of bands.
He's also David Lynch's nephew.
Wow.
Most people don't know that.
Wow.
We got Dead Dean on guitar and just everything. Me and my brother on vocals, and it's fun. We had our first show a couple weeks ago. It went good, and yeah, that's it.
That's amazing. What was Gigi kind of like as a person?
Gigi was fucking awesome. People think like it was an act, this and that. Gigi was what he was. What you saw was Gigi, but it depended on how you acted to him. Like, if you told, like, Gigi would have people, like, fans, like, kissing his ass, following him around, and like, yo, stay with us, and he'd be like, and they'd be annoying him, and he'd be like, fine, I'll hang out party at your house, but I'm gonna fucking take a shit on your couch and steal your TV. And then they'd laugh, yeah, all right, come on over, and then they'd be pissed in the morning when there was a pile of shit on their couch and their TV was gone.
Right.
But it's like, if you just told them to, it was like it was, like, like for the gas station show, that almost didn't happen because nobody wanted to let him use equipment, this and that. The Denied, because I was also doing security for the show because I set it up. And we let him use our equipment, but I told him right up, I was like, Gigi, I will beat your fucking ass if you fuck that equipment up. And he laughed. He liked it, because it was like he wasn't used to, people doing that. Like, and even the night before the show, we were hanging out getting fucked up. And he's like, you can score some coke or whatever. I'm like, yeah, sure. But again, we go up there and we get to the place. I'm getting mine. And he's like, all right, get me like however many. And I'm like, all right. And he's standing there looking at me. He's like, what are you waiting for? I was like, the money, motherfucker. And he's like so used to everybody kissing his ass that if you were just like real with him, he was great. I mean, the first time he stayed at my place, which is right on 6 between B and C on the Lower East Side, which is actually right across the street from where I live now.
Crazy.
We're partying all night, getting fucked up, whatever. Our roommates are there. They leave. Me and him are up all night. Next morning, I hear fucking clanking and banging around. I'm like, what is this motherfucker doing now? So I got a loft bed. I kind of hang my head looking. Dude's got a garbage bag in his hand, collecting all the old 40s and all the shit. He's like, oh, I'm just cleaning up. I was going to go down and get some eggs and egg sandwiches and some coffee. You want something when I bring the garbage down? I'm like, hey, sure. Who the fuck would have thought? Gigi Allen cleaned up my living room after we partied. So it was really how you acted towards him, because he was straight up. Everything about him was real. He was what he was, but you got from him what you put into it. You're gonna kiss his ass and again go whatever he'd have no respect for you and he'd be like, fuck it. But he'd tell you what he was gonna do. You know, and if you told him straight out, like with the equipment, I will beat your ass if you fuck that equipment up. He'd laugh at it and be like, all right, that's cool, and didn't fuck with it, you know? Just that's how he was. He was a cool guy. He was really good.
Were you around when Todd was filming the Hated stuff?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah. Like, definitely. That's I mean, yeah, I was actually there then, because the way I got into the Murder Junkies, the way I got introduced to them originally is through Dee Dee Ramone, because one of my early bands was I played with the Whores of Babylon, which is a band with Dee Dee Ramone, Johnny Thunders, and Stiv Bators, where and I had played with, and after that, like when Stiv died, Johnny died, me and Dee Dee kept the band going, where he went to vocals and guitar. I was playing bass the whole time because he didn't want to play bass. We had Michael Monroe from Hanoi Rocks for a while singing. Then Dee Dee went back to vocals, whatever, and we played for a long time and stayed friends till the day he died. I talked to him like 3 days before he died. He was about to come into the city the next week to have a showing at a gallery for some of his artwork, and we were going to write some music. And then I called him the next day, 2 days later, to verify it, and fucking Barbara, his wife, answered crying, and he was dead. But that's how I got introduced to them. You know, so like...
Where was Dee Dee living then?
Dee Dee? Dee Dee was actually at the time, like when he was in New York.
Right before he died.
Oh, he was living in Hollywood.
Oh.
He had moved out there already with his wife Barbara. Before that, he was staying at the Chelsea Hotel. And when I was playing with him originally with the Whores of Babylon, he was staying with his girlfriend at the time on was it 9th Street and 5th Avenue. But anyways, he hooked me up with them. You know, and that's how I met them, you know, originally. It's like, you know, he put me onto the number, you know, because he knew I was in, like, that kind of music I was into, and he was doing his own thing at the time, and he put me in touch with them. And then one night when Gigi was out of jail, like, he had just gotten out, and Dee Dee was over at the house, and we called Gigi up to come over to my place on 6th Street, and we hit it off right away. And we started writing stuff that night, as a matter of fact.
Wow.
You know, so...
That's
fun.
amazing.
It's fucking awesome.
I lived for 3 months at Arturo Vega's loft.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, second and Bowery.
Yeah.
Is he the guy that did the work for the Ramones?
Yeah, he did design the logo.
Arturo, yeah.
Yeah, he passed away a couple years ago. But
Yeah,
he was an amazing guy, really great guy.
Definitely.
But there was a lot of Dee Dee's art was at the place, which was really
Yeah.
cool.
Oh, yeah, I'm sorry, your question to begin with, around for the Todd Phillips movie.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, no, that's how I was, because I was, you know, since I met through Dee Dee and everything. It's funny, the night Dee Dee quit the band, actually, is the night they had that, they were doing a show at the Bank on Houston. And it was going to be Dee Dee's like first show with them, whatever. And Todd had all his equipment there to film Dee Dee playing, because he had been in the studio with them but hadn't filmed any live stuff. And one of the guys there was talking all about like what Gigi was going to do that night and this and that. Actually, it was Todd talking about this and that. And the owner had overheard Todd and didn't know exactly what the deal was with Gigi. And when everything that he overheard with Todd, he canceled the show right there.
Oh.
And Merle called the club rather after Todd called him and found out that, you know, he was like, all right, well, you could play, but you can't do this, that, you got to sign off. And Gigi was like, fuck you, I'm not signing nothing. You know, he's like, I'm going to do what I do. I don't have me. So they didn't have me. They didn't have him. But during the mix-up, Dee Dee was there already with Todd. And never knew the show was canceled. So now he's sitting there, and the show's canceled, and he's still waiting. And for him, I think it became like, oh, is this kind of like things to come? Is every show going to be like this? And
right.
He just jetted out on it, and it was like, that was that. He didn't play no more. That's how that ended up.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's why he left the band.
Because it doesn't seem like... It seemed like that was so of an era. Like, it doesn't seem like you could get away with that stuff now, right?
Yeah, because, I mean, even the stuff we do and the stuff I do at my shows, it's like, I like take it to a level, but I don't think, I think, to be honest, people are so fucking pussified now. It's like everything. I mean, a little kid, you know, there was this thing, a parent just got sued a while back for fucking verbal assault because a kid yelled something to another kid in a playground. It's like everybody's so hell-bent on, you know, lawsuits and can't do this. People will be suing left and right. I mean,
listen, Mike, as your lawyer, I have to remind you that you did pretty well in that bike messenger hit and run 2 years ago.
No, even
that
like,
was a $2.9 million settlement. You went back to 6th Avenue.
Right.
You went back to 6th Street between B and C in the East Village and bought a giant brownstone
where my millions come
with
from.
this humongous lawsuit. So this seems a bit hypocritical.
Even the early Murder Junkie shows where I was playing, like we played a show down in Virginia. And some kid's like fucking around, keeps grabbing my mic stand. I'm like, I'm gonna fuck you up. And fucking, you know, he kept doing it. And like, the shows are crazy. It was like, you know, it's like Merle liked it. Like, the reason he took me is because I didn't do shit like Gigi, but I had the aggression, the violence, just the energy without being anything like trying to copy him like everybody else was trying to do that tried out at the beginning when he was still gonna do the band. But like, I finally got fed up and I took the mic stand, and you know, like that fucking, that cast iron thing at the bottom of the stand, the circle, cracked him across it, ended up breaking the kid's collarbones. He got taken out of the show with his neck packed in sandbags, and I'm like, all right, doing the usual shit. The band's distracting him while I'm out hiding in the fucking back of the van so he can get me the fuck out of there, like usual. And Dino comes out, our drummer, and gets me, but he brings me back, and he's like, yeah, that kid wants you. I'm like, what's he want? He's like, it's all right, the kid wants you. I go over, the kid's on the fucking stretcher. And he takes off this fucking army jacket that he's got with all like spikes and like fucking, you know, like plaid and like leopard print patches on all these bands and this and that. It was like, oh, this is my father's. He gave it to me. He had it when he was in Vietnam. He's like, I just wanted to give this to you. It was the best show I've ever been to. And here's the kid that's laying on a stretcher with his like sandbags on his neck, fucking giving me his jacket because it was the best show he ever been to. That would never happen now. Fucking, I'd be in handcuffs with fucking a dozen lawsuits against me.
Yeah, it's true.
You know, it's
It is what it is, eh? All right, now. This is
what it is, Jesse.
A's what it is, mate.
You're very sparkly tonight,
You are
Jesse.
very sparkly.
I like it.
I came dressed to impress. Listen, I celebrate everything, so this vest is
sweating my fucking nuts.
And yeah, it's hot in here.
I got like all these sweatshirts on because I was preparing for a miserable day because it was dark and wet when I left my house.
It's so hot out.
It is.
Yeah.
Holy
It's
fuck.
unseasonably warm for
Unseasonably warm
part of
temperatures.
December.
It is, you're right.
Boom.
Oh my God, that's better. Holy fuck me with a stick.
Man, just rocking the Henley is all you need to do. Now, speaking of Don Henley, he has a brand new album out called Cass County. It's fantastic. It's Don doing 16 great country tracks with guest stars like Alison Krauss and Dolly Parton. In stores now. Please get the Target exclusive.
Who did fucking Cardiff Rose? That was an awesome song.
Roger McGuinn.
That's it, Roger McGuinn.
Whoa.
It's one of my favorite songs that ain't punk.
Are you a fan of the Byrds?
Yes.
Okay, this is a great story.
Oh my God. You go.
No. I'll just do this super quick.
Do it.
Fun concert in the New York area this summer. So, you know, like a lot of times, again, I hate not trying to be self-promotional at all, but, you know, doing this new show, we've been doing tons of interviews. A lot of times we do them on the fly. You know, people do favors or you call publicists, but you know, it's just us two. So long story short, sometimes we have to kind of stalk people as well. But you know, bottom line, we were trying to, okay, here's the story. It's really good. So I'm always looking on Songkick, like what shows are coming through New York and playing in the head. And then like one day I saw, and it was like on that day, like on that very day, it was like Roger McGuinn, but it was like Roger McGuinn doing a free concert at this like church in Long Island.
High school.
Oh, it was a high school.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
In itself, that's crazy.
Oh my God! To like about Marisha, how many people were in attendance? It was a free concert to the public, but the catch was that you had to be a resident of that town. But we looked crazy enough, so we were, I'm like Connie Chung here. I'm like, I want to get an interview with Roger McGuinn. I think I look at my surroundings. I'm like, I think this is doable. Keep your guys' fingers crossed because we're hardcore trying to score an interview with Ronnie Spector. Ronnie, if you're listening to this, please do the interview with us. We are trying to hook that up. But this is what I'm getting at. So we get into the venue. Mike, I hope this isn't boring. I promise this is going to be a funny one. Because your stories are amazing.
That ever comes out your mouth.
And Jonah, not just even punk rock, but I mean, I'm glad that we decided to make this a 4-parter because Mike, and then, some exclusive content later for the iTunes listeners. But what I wanted to say is that, the pizza's on its way. I'm making up crap. What I'm getting at is Mike has, I love hearing all your stories, and you got such amazing Gigi Allen stories. And also Alan Jackson stories, too.
Naturally.
Because a lot of people don't know about your tenure with the Jack, Alan Jackson.
It's very little known.
Yeah. After Michael Jackson, he's really one of the most talented Jacksons. But I think, Joni, you have to remind me now what I was talking about.
Roger McGuinn, you're trying to get the interview.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
So basically, like this, I'll play out the story. It's like I totally remember it because it's a really killer one. It ended up being kind of cool night. Anyway, like I was saying, it was a Wednesday night. Marisha, I think, was doing a photo shoot. My sister, who I live with when I am here in New York.
Who's one of the
Brooklyn.
coolest people on the fucking planet.
One of the very coolest people on the
Just
planet.
saying. Just saying.
No, we got...
But this 2 weeks apart has taught me again that I am my own person.
brother
that's why we
and
love
sister
you.
relationship on full display. But well, okay, then I'm gonna fast forward this. But this is a classic. No, look, we bicker. We're like the Edward and Alex Van Halen of YouTube shows, Marisha and I. You know what I mean? We're a team. She's the dime bag, really. I'm the Vinny.
I'm the Phil Everly.
I'm the Don. Don Everly. Guys,
And very often my apartment is the stage.
You're John Fogerty. I'm Tom Fogerty. And yes, there were 2 Fogertys in Creedence Clearwater Revival until their final 2 albums. See, that was the end of Creedence. Yo, we're going off the rails, guys.
So Jesse, you're at the show. You're trying
Okay.
You're trying to get this interview.
Yes, and so Marisha and I are at the show. Jonah, thank you so much. Off the rails. I take that seriously. I am off of my antipsychotic tonight because I knew that I was going to be doing off the rails. Okay. What I'm getting at is, so Jonah and Mike, this is a great story. So Marisha and I are there. I think we were actually fighting that night because I didn't stop at McDonald's before the show.
Because you lied to me.
And so then I
about
was like, fuck it, all right. And we were like so worked up because I was like, and so we were just like brother and sisters do. So I went into Stop and Shop. Like, I didn't even wait in the line. I just took like a thing of like chicken nuggets. That was a good meal. Put it in my crotch. Walked out of that Stop and Shop.
Crotch
I was like, here,
nuggets.
boom. But anywho, so we get to the Roger McGuinn concert about an hour before it starts. I'm dressed not quite as sparkly, but crazy for the summer. And dressed cool for the summer. That was a Demi Lovato reference. Anywho, I wanted to say that, so we're at the Roger McGuinn concert. We get in, we find out that it's at this weird high school. We park like in the high school parking lot, go into it, and there's like a police officer and a person from the town like checking everyone before they walk in, but we have our camera bag, and so it was like they were like, okay, and they just let us in. We didn't have to prove we were residents because they were like, surely these people must
Obviously, they're press.
Obviously,
They
they're
have a
press.
tripod.
They have a tripod. They have a light stick. Boom. So you get in there, and then Shout out. This is okay. Finally, the story's getting interesting. I'm going to stay on the facts, guys. So we get in there.
Just the facts, ma'am.
Yeah, Mrs. McGuinn. So right in the front of this auditorium of the high school is a merch table with Roger McGuinn CDs. I don't think a Roger McGuinn T-shirt because I would have been interested in that.
Signed pictures.
It was just signed pictures
and CDs.
And maybe laser discs. They had a box of like Tron laser
if
discs.
Ever there was laser discs.
Like
Yeah.
they would sell at a flea market or something. I don't know, but like just randomly, like 2 for $20. I thought the laser discs were priced high. Frog figurines? No, they did not have frog figurines or laser discs. It was just like Roger McGuinn CDs, but it was his wife. And so Roger McGuinn he has gotten incredibly Christian. I think they are Christian, but I did Jonah my best. I go up to her with all my charm and I'm like, oh, hey, I'm Jesse Camp. I don't know if you probably don't know me from MTV, but this is my sister. You might have had sex with me before your conversion to the Lord, but you probably didn't. But no, what I'm getting at, why did I say that? This is what I'm getting at. So I just tried to charm her. I tell her about the show and be like, do you think it would be cool if Rock and Roll Hall of Fame member Roger McGuinn, who's, done Mr. Tambourine Man and 8 Miles High and,
or is he not good enough?
That reinterpreted Turn, Turn, Turn. I mean, take him all the way up to like his era with Graham Parsons. I mean, imagine if we could why the hell not get Roger McGuinn on Off the Rails? But here's the thing. So I did my best charm, like asking, but she was like, oh, Marisha, can you remind me what she said? Roger doesn't do interviews on show days or something?
Right, Roger. That
was the excuse why he wouldn't do an interview.
I've gotten that excuse before, too.
Dude, this is good. I would like to hear about this kind of stuff.
I've gotten it. People are like, oh, I can't. I have to save my voice.
Oh,
and
my good Lord.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've gotten that.
But then I hounded her. I was not taking no for an answer. So we stayed around the merch booth. Like I awkwardly made small talk.
They live in an RV.
They live in an RV.
Parking lot, so
hold on, Marisha. You gotta get on the cast.
Okay, getting on the cast. So, that was all I had to say, really. Yeah, we were.
This could be
no. I
that microphone engineer. Hold on, I'm not getting it. And then, of course, boom. Okay. All right.
Okay. So I have a black eye now for the mic, and but I'll deal with that after. And what was I thinking? No, so it's actually a really beautiful story because the McGuinns are in their 70s, and this is what they do. They have some gorgeous house in Florida or wherever, and most of the time, because they love being on the road and they love music and they love performing, they are rolling around in this RV. And they're more than happy to play, a high school for some really ritzy town in Long Island that holds exclusive events for its residents.
Oh yeah, and then there's a real
there was a really mean woman sitting right behind me. The councilwoman got in this fight.
Filming the show.
That's fucked up.
I'm telling you, he did this. Roger McGuinn on top.
No, but we ended up meeting the two people. There's this great couple, and they're the two people that just don't fit in this town. They're some kind of leftover hippie, beautiful, beautiful couple, and we ended up going back to their house to smoke joints with them, and they were so happy to meet anybody in ritzy Long Island that wasn't of that genre of person who might dig them. They'd spent so many years being the weirdos in the town, and all of a sudden weirder people rolled in, and it was hallelujah. So we ended up just the story doesn't go anywhere cool. We got really stoned at their house. We watched Jethro Tull videos. They were huge Jethro Tull fans. That got us back on this Tull kick and appreciating Ian Anderson
driver this weekend
on the Tull kick. Yeah, whenever you're at your lowest, somehow Ian Anderson finds a way of finding it.
Ian Anderson,
he didn't. Yeah.
I got a nice thing.
There's 104 and still plays the whole show standing fucking that on one foot.
Really?
He plays a fifer. He stands like that the whole fucking show. It's crazy. I couldn't stand like that there on one song. He does the whole performance standing like that shit. It's crazy.
It's he's like that great runner Oscar. But he has Oscar Vittorius.
That's the one.
Shout out
Only he
to my wife. What? I thought you were an intruder.
Only he doesn't have giant metal feet.
Hey, Joda, because I really, honestly, I want to let you know this from the heart, and this is coming from all of us here. This is magic. We love you to death. I'm a huge fan of you and Going Off the Rails. I mean, I tell you what, if I'm on Vice, if I'm on Noisy and I see byline Jonah Bear, boom, I'm reading that. You know what I mean?
I appreciate that.
Not just that periodical, but if I'm like, reading Playboy, kind of bumming that this Pam Anderson is the last naked issue, but still there's like a really awesome article in there. Boom, Jonah Bear, knew it. This is good. This is great stuff. Where I was going with this is that it's such an honor to be here, and we got a lot of we also, because it's a podcast, you never know who might show up. Oh my God, it's Lemmy Kilmister. Hello. Oh no, I just turned 70 while I'm here.
Oh man, I love you.
Piss off. Oh no, not you, Jonah. I'm sorry. I was talking to that ant over there.
I love that cameo he does in Airheads.
Oh my God.
So great.
I love the line before he's in it where they say, all right, real quick, when they're trying to fucking test the guy, give him the test questions, it's like, all right, in a fight, who would win, Lemmy Kilmister or God? And the guy goes, Lemmy. He goes, wrong, trick question, Lemmy is God.
That's it.
Although, as much as I absolutely love Lemmy and would positively do anything for the man, I'm pissed at him. Because I've had a tattoo on the back of my neck for about 20 fucking years. It's a big iron cross with New York City in the middle, and over it and under it there's a banner that says 49% motherfucker, 51% son of a bitch. And I remember him at Coney Island High in St. Mark's getting fucked up. He was always over there a lot. And I was fucking hanging out with him a few times. And one time he actually pointed out the tattoo on my neck. I like that, mate. And now the motherfucker came out with his autobiography called 49% motherfucker, 51% son of a bitch. I'm like, oh, you prick. Now I got a fucking Lemmy fucking book title on the back of my neck. And I know you saw it from me first, you bastard.
Oh, man, that's funny.
But it's Lemmy, so it's loud.
Yeah.
See, that's the awesome thing about Mike is that, I mean, shit. When I was 18,
I do shit, yes.
He does do shit, but I mean, Mike's backstory is really interesting because I think, Mike, what part of New York are you originally from?
I was born up in the Bronx. I grew up since I was up in the South Bronx, then the North Bronx. But since I was 12 years old, which is when I moved out of my parents, which is an interesting story as it is, it was awesome because I was already 6'4", had tattoos already by the time before I hit my 13th birthday, so I looked a lot older.
Are you serious?
Yeah, I mean, I was already signed to Warner Brothers playing with Dee Dee when I was just past my 16th birthday. So by the time before I hit 13, I was already living on the Lower East Side with some fucking 17-year-old stripper chick. And I'd be walking with all my friends that are 20-something years old into the bars, and I'd be the one that doesn't get ID'd. Meanwhile, I just turned 13. But I'm 6'4", 6'5". This was my first tattoo. And back then, nobody had fucking tattoos. This is in fucking, the mid-'80s, early 80s. And that was my first tattoo. The pirate, the flag was my whole upper arm. So, if you had a tattoo back then, they just didn't question you. It's not like now where everybody's got tats. People saw you with tats and they, cross the street. People saw you with, tats and they, cross the street. So I'm, 6'4", 6'5", got a tattoo that takes up my whole upper arm. So and I'm with a fucking stripper chick that looked like a stripper chick.
Yeah.
So nobody's going to question you back then. It was funny. Yeah.
Were you around there when weren't Bad Brains living down there or something?
Everybody lived. I remember when the Bad Brains were around a lot. First they would just come and doing shows from coming from DC and stuff. Then they were down here for a while.
We did a podcast here with John Joseph a couple years ago.
Oh, John Joseph, he's my man.
Yeah, he had some really crazy stories about.
I'm on both sides of the fucking little feud there. I'm friends with Harley and friends with John.
Yeah. Well, I think
they're both right and they're both wrong. So
yeah, you guys have a really interesting relationship because I feel obviously your background is in kind of punk, that kind of stuff. Jesse, you seem to know a lot about that, but it seems like you're also.
Well, take a look at this. This is some back history with Mike and I because we've gotten to do some really cool things together. Who's that on the screen there, Jonah?
You're showing me a picture.
That's from the video.
Yeah.
I'm not sure who that is.
That's
That's
me.
Mike.
That's you?
Mike,
Wow.
if you take your glasses off.
Oh yeah. Okay.
I mean, if, you know,
Same-
let's see. Yeah, you can see us getting into.
You guys are in front of the St. Mark's
That
Hotel.
car was awesome. Yeah. You know what's funny? While we were filming that, it's fucking 6 in the morning, 5:30 in the morning. A few minutes beforehand, there's not a soul on St. Mark's, and Dee Snyder comes strolling by.
No way.
You remember
Yeah,
that?
I totally do.
St. Mark's Hotel, is that where Gigi passed away? Is that
No. No, he actually died at our friend's house, Johnny Puke, which is right up the block from the gas station, right across the street.
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah. But what were you starting to say before
Oh,
that?
so I just feel like, you know,
Johnny Puke, though. Hold on.
Johnny Puke.
Do you know who? Do you know who
He was
that
a
is,
dude
Jonah?
from some punk bands. He was doing a lot of spoken word shit at the time. But
Okay.
Gigi stayed at his house that night. when
What
he was
about
supposed to
Jim
be.
Carroll?
Well,
Basketball
fucking,
Diaries?
He's
Yeah.
just fucking cool as fuck.
Did you ever hang with him ever, Mike?
No, I didn't. But you know what's ironic? My dad was playing with St. John's around the same time that Carol was playing there. My dad remembers him from being in
Really?
school. Yeah.
Do you remember he had that spoken word thing on Out Come the Wolves, too?
Yeah.
That, which was really
My
cool.
favorite thing from him though is still "People Who Died." That's
Hi,
a great
I'm
song.
Tim Armstrong.
So
Wait
what
a
were you
minute.
saying?
Oh,
now?
so,
I keep
but I
forgetting.
was saying, so you have this sort of punk history. Jesse, you have this sort of glam thing. Like,
Oh,
I see
yeah.
you posting photos of like Tom Kiefer and all that stuff. I mean, do you guys feel like there's a lot of crossover with those two kind of worlds?
Well, New York. I mean, when New York started, the punk scene came out of fucking, you know, like the Dolls were
Right.
like pre-punk, and then like when the punk scene hit, it was fucking Ramones, Dead Boys, Johnny Thunders and the Heartbreakers, you know, all that shit. And I mean, I look at the band. One of my first real bands was with Johnny Thunders, Stiff Vaders, and Dee Dee Ramone. That's the Ramones, the fucking Dolls, and the Heartbreakers, and the Dead Boys right there. That's, I mean,
Wait, what band
all-
was this?
That was the Horse of Babylon.
The Horse of Babylon had Johnny Thunders, Stiff Vaders.
and Dee Dee Ramone, and me on bass.
Oh my
Stiff
God!
Vaders.
How did I not know that all these
You
years?
did know that. The
I
Horse of
did.
Babylon. You just knew about Johnny and Dee Dee.
Yeah, I
It
didn't
originally
realize.
started. Stiv was supposed to come back from Paris, but he died beforehand.
Oh,
that's why we had
shit.
Michael Monroe singing for us. Wow. From Hanoi Rocks.
Yeah.
And then Johnny fucking died, so
And
it just
boom.
ended up
Wow.
with me and
I'm
Dee
sorry.
Dee.
Okay, you have incredibly long legs.
Yeah, I
But,
did not mean to.
You're fine.
And these are
But
white.
anyway, I
fine.
mean, if you ask any of the major like glam acts out there, it's like who are there? You know, who are the people that inspired them? The Dolls, Thunders, you know, Dead Boys, fucking all that shit. So it's like the glam thing derived from the same thing that started punk. You know,
Yeah.
at least in New York. When you get to like LA and a lot of other places, it separates a lot more because they don't have that. But these are people, the New York scene is heavy with the music, the drug scene, all that's together. And the same people that started that, they weren't doing punk, they weren't doing glam, they were just playing. But it's what started punk and glam, and they like sprang out of that. So it's like in New York, it's very twisted together.
Absolutely.
You know, especially
in New
if
York
you have an
Dolls.
older history in New York.
Right.
You know, I grew
Lou
up
Reed.
here. You know, and I was hanging out early since I was like 12 or 13. So that's like 81. That's like hanging out since the very, very early 80s. You know, so that's actually the tail end of that, you know? I mean, the Whores of Babylon, actually, to be honest, that band actually has a lot of history, because if you ever read any of Dee Dee's autobiographies, he talks about it. They were talking, it was originally going to be called Skull. It was going to be Dee Dee Ramone, Johnny Thunders, Stiv Baders, Jerry Nolan, and Sid Vicious. And, you know, obviously Sid died and they went here and there, but when they got it together, they ended up calling the Whores of Babylon, and it was still Johnny, Stiv, and Dee Dee. You know, I was just lucky enough to get into the middle of that because I randomly ran into Dee Dee and just started talking to him one day, and he was just like, oh, you know, I'm going to be playing guitar with my, you know, the new band. I played my last Ramones show 2 days ago. You know, do you
were
want
like
to
the Jeff
come and try
Lynne.
out? Because I don't want to play bass anymore. And I was like, sure. Next day I went to his house on 9th Street and 5th Avenue, and he was like, yeah, you know what? Fuck it. He was like, you want to play? He's like, you're young and you just start. And he's like, but you remind me a lot of me when I was starting. He's like, if you're willing to let me teach you some stuff, I'd love to have you in the band. Next thing you know, 2 weeks later, I got a $300,000 contract with Warner Brothers.
Wow.
You know, and like I said, then Stiv died, and we got Michael Monroe, and Johnny died, so we ended up switching it around a lot, but we played together for a long time, and he stayed a close friend of mine until he died.
That is, yeah.
He knew my whole family, everything. It's funny, matter of fact, my dad used to have a van, and he would drive us around, like to shows and rehearsals and shit, which is me and Dee Dee. And one day I go up to the top of the Bronx to my parents' house. I still got my keys, right? And I open the door. And I wanted to get something to my parents' house, and I hear fucking place reeks of weed, and I hear guitars playing. What the fuck? I walk in to the living room. It's like a big old pre-war apartment. One of those apartments uptown, like up at the top of the Bronx, those huge apartments. So I'm walking through, smelling weed, hearing guitars. I walk into the living room. There's my dad laying fucking, it's summer, so he's laying in his boxers with no shirt on, with his acoustic guitar stoned up his ass, fucking playing on one couch, right? And then there's fucking 2 pizza boxes, one empty, one with a few slices in it left in the middle of the floor. And then sitting on the other couch, laying back in his boxes with no t-shirt on, his Dee Dee jamming on another acoustic, both stoned out of their asses. It turned out Dee Dee got into a fight with his girlfriend Laura, who was living with on 9th Street. Fucking couldn't get in touch with me, called my dad looking for me, and my dad was like, I'll move you with some of this shit. He ended up living with my parents in my old bedroom for like fucking 2 months.
No way.
Yeah. Because my dad is really young. Like, they had me really young, so Dee Dee was actually just as close to his age as he was to mine. So, like, they hit it off really well. And my dad was a musician, too. So... As a matter of fact, Johnny Thunders, on his last record, covered a song that my dad and his brother, my uncle, wrote, She Cried, which was on the Patty Paladin and Johnny Thunders Copycats record.
Dope.
And they had originally wrote it and sold it to, I think, Jay and the Americans and the Shirelles did it and stuff. But Johnny Thunders covered it on his last record. So it was kind of funny also that I ended up playing with him when fucking he had just finished recording a song that my uncle wrote and my father wrote like fucking 30 years before.
Holy shit.
That's kind of funny, right?
Yeah,
that's like crazy shit. Right?
That's wild.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, Mike is, man, you are the pot of gold at the end of the punk rock rainbow.
Oh, shit.
Yes.
Yo, I gotta go soon. It's 5:20. I got rehearsal at 6 on Stanton.
With your new band, The Deceivers.
All right, yeah. And
we're not talking about Mike and Deceivers from Growing Pains. This is the Deceivers.
Can people check out Deceivers stuff? Online, you guys have anything out yet?
We had a show. We played the reunion show at Tompkins Square Park over the summer, the reunion for the riots in like July. We had our first real show with our real lineup the way it is on 2 Saturdays ago. There's some songs posted from it. You can look up on YouTube. Okay. Matter of fact, we can close with this. Hold on a second, right here. Let's see.
Mike, there's one thing we got to do, though, before you jet out, and we'll do it super quick. But one thing, and then we can do more in a sec if you want. But this is, I promise you, this is, at the fucking podcast awards they have in Vegas every year. Let's go for a pod award right now. This is Mike and I calling a Flying J truck stop in Montana. We love to do prank phone calls.
Right after this, we're going to get a 2-second Deceivers clip.
Yes. Is that working right, Jonah?
Yeah, you're good.
Okay.
Rocker Flying J.
Well, hello there. How are you?
I'm good.
I thought for a moment that I hit one of the pumps in the back, but I just realized that, no, I am parked in my cab safely. I just, fell asleep to a MacGyver episode there, and,
Goddamn fool, that was a poodle. I tried to tell you.
Oh, I'm here with my associate. Don't you think it's crazy now they make truckers have to have a partner after your second accident? Anyway, this is my better half at the wheel. He handles more of the business. I do the driving, but we just want to come in and
the sexual escapades.
Well, yeah, but we'll get to that later. Can I throw you on the line here with him just super quick? Because he had some questions about getting an oil change and what that's going to require, and if he can use his Pilot Flying J points towards it.
Not the oil change, no. But we don't have a service thing here.
No service?
Well, we can.
How you have a place with no service?
No, we have people that you can call, repairmen.
So you have people, but you have no service.
No, not here.
Well, that's just
But when
disgraceful
people
in this
come by,
fine
so-
country of America having no service. But you got people. What the people doing if they can't do service?
We do not like Bernie Sanders, as you can imagine. He scares the living bejesus out of both of us. We are God-loving people.
Gives us shivers, he does.
Oh, man, but that Hillary, I mean, listen, her bangability for a 72-year-old through the roof, not gonna lie. But overall, as our next president...
Makes me itchy in the slacks, she does.
I'm getting serious itchiness in my slacks, if you know what I mean. Which brings me to my next question. You guys have the laundry room in there. How jammed up is that? I imagine a lot of people are getting their Christmas clothing all cleaned.
I'm not too sure, but I can go check.
I like to use my drawers from last year.
I also heard that Pilot Flying J are now letting you use your Pilot Flying J points towards free hot dogs. Is this a fact?
You can use points, so you just don't receive them.
Well, hot dogs is always good when they's free.
You know what I mean? I mean, when you're eating a free hot dog, it just tastes better. But anywho, I would like to give a giant shout out right now to Hold on. I'm sorry. I just swallowed a lifesaver and a Tic Tac in one. Here's what I'd like to do. I'd like to give a shout out right now to Pilot Flying J. You're listening to Jason Aldean Radio right now. We are sponsored by, of course, Pilot Flying J. And this is, of course, Jason Aldean and Tim McGraw.
Yay.
And also Kenny Chesney is here. And we love Flying J. And we're proud to have y'all sponsoring our tour. And thank you so much for being a part of Jason Aldean Radio.
All right.
That's it. The Deceivers.
We missed you.
I had to actually do some work.
Do you want to jump in real quick and we'll kind of...
You guys still going?
Yeah.
Yeah, but
It's,
Over here, we'll share mine.
yeah, you guys share. You guys sit over here. Perfect.
perfect.
Who's he calling?
I don't know.
Oh, hold on, Craig, are you here?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, who are you going to be?
Gene Simmons.
Okay, guys, for editing purposes, I'm going to just say that I got Gene Simmons on the line.
Okay.
Okay, all right. Hey, Jonah, sorry, brother. I really look up to you, and so I'm trying to prove my legitimacy to you by getting, famous rock stars on the line. And I'm really, really sorry that, I'm really, really, really sorry that Tommy Shaw of Styx is being a douche and not picking up his phone. But we got Gene Simmons of Kiss on the line.
We're doing even better than Tommy Shaw.
Wow. Gene, how's it going?
It's going great. Can I just go ahead and tell you what Tommy was going to say when he called in?
Sure.
He was planning on saying that he would be nowhere if it wasn't for all the great music that he stole from Kiss.
Yeah, that Tommy Shaw, he ripped you guys off.
You can name any great Styx song and trace it back to a Kiss classic. Go ahead. Name a song. Go ahead.
Lady.
Lady? Sure. Great song. I liked it a lot better the first time I heard it when it was called Beth.
You're right. Well, what about Mr. Roboto? Surely that can't be traced to Kiss.
Mr. Roboto is a great song, but guess what? You put it on top of Lick It Up, it's the same goddamn song.
Gene, you're absolutely right. Hey, what's going on with you and Shannon and Nick and Sophie?
Well, right now, I'm glad you asked, Jesse, because as you know, it's only 3 more days until Kissmas. Am I right?
You are correct.
Right. So right now, it's a very important time for people all over the world. They're all trying to get online at kissonline.com. They're trying to buy all the brand new toys. We just came up with an incredible promotion that's going to blow your mind. And I'm glad you're putting me on your show to talk about this. Are you ready for this, Jesse?
Well, it's really Jonah's show going off the rails.
I'm ready.
All right. At this point, it's my show. Let's be honest. So here's what it is. You have everybody has KISS fans in their family, okay? Let's say you have a sister. You have a mother. How'd you like to watch them get pounded by KISS for $4.99? You can actually have a real boyfriend experience with a member of KISS. Or for $20, you can have Ace. So go to kissonline.com and click on my codpiece. Boom. And you can watch one of your female members of your family get pounded by KISS.
Oh, man, Gene, that is an outrageously great offer. Let me ask you, how much would it cost to bang Bruce Kulick?
For Bruce, you get $50 for Bruce. He'll throw in a guitar pick. He won't even care. He'll be happy to be working, okay?
Fantastic. But can I bang Vinnie Vincent?
Sure. Listen, this is for the fans. Why not? Everybody else has fucked Vinny. Why not go up next? Who cares?
Gene, you're absolutely right on the money. And I heard that you've been making a new movie starring the LA Kiss football team and Tracy Morgan. Is that correct?
That's right. Now, here's the thing. It's hard to top the greatest box office movie of all time. Have you heard the news that they just came in with the numbers? Who's the biggest?
Yeah, Kiss meets Scooby-Doo did not do as well as the new Star Wars.
And nobody does as well as Kiss meets the Phantom of the Park. Think about it. When you take the Star Wars ideas, a lot of them were derivative of concepts that we had for Kiss meets the Phantom of the Park. It's all stolen from Kiss. It all comes back to us. We invented every rock band that's alive right now. Van Halen, Scorpions, Black Sabbath, all of them stole from Kiss. Hip-hop. And here's a crazy one. Are you ready for an exclusive?
Yes.
Kiss invented the HPV virus, the human papilloma virus. We invented it.
Well, I hope you got that copyrighted.
We did. We got it copyrighted, and we have a cure.
Oh.
You got to go to kissonline.com to pay for it.
Fantastic. Now, Gene, I've been hearing a lot about this new Kiss Healthcare. Why should I not go with Blue Cross and Blue Shield? Why should I go with Kiss Health?
Because Kiss cares about their fans, and we want to be able to take care of you in your time of need, which is why we invented healthcare for Kiss fans everywhere. We invented a kids club. It's called the Kiss Kids Club, KKK. Go to kissonline.com, click on the KKK logo, and that'll take you right to the Kiss Kids Club, where you can sign up for all kinds of fun kid adventures.
Well, Gene, I mean, you literally, between the Kiss condoms and the Kiss coffins, you have them coming and going.
Right. Well, we do it for the fans, Jesse. Don't confuse me with somebody who's trying to get rich off the fans. We're doing it for the fans. That's why we do everything. Is for the fans, which is why our next farewell tour is going to happen in 2016, and it's brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers, and American Airlines. We love to fly, and it shows. But we do it for the fans, Jesse. I know that you know that.
Good thing Ace isn't in the band with that Budweiser deal.
It's for the fans. We're going to give alcohol to our youngest fans and let them have a fun time. I don't give a shit what they do with it. Look, they come down, they drink, they pork each other in the butt, whatever happens. As long as you're spending money on Kiss, we don't care.
Wait, Gene, don't you feel that Trump is ripping you off a little?
Do you feel Trump is ripping you off a little?
I'll tell you a little secret about Donald. Do you know that he's one of the original members of the Kiss Army?
No.
Here's something, can I trust you to keep something private if I tell you a secret?
Yeah, just between us and the Going Off the Rails listeners, sure.
Okay. 1977, Kiss on the Love Gun Tour. We did a show at Madison Square Garden. guess who was in the front row? A very young Donald Trump. He sat right in front of the pyro cannons, and then right in the middle of cold gin, boom! Pyro blew his hair right off his face. Now he's got this fucked up thing. He's wearing a dead muskrat, and you have Kiss to thank for that.
Well, Gene, I mean, isn't that calling the kettle black?
This is all original Kiss weave hair.
Oh. I was hoping that you would maybe pick this podcast to disclose the true nature of what is on your head.
Listen, it's all real Kiss hair.
Gene, thank you so much for calling in. I really appreciate that. I was trying to get Bob Saget and he wouldn't do it. So, I mean, you really were a lifesaver.
The reason why I did it is because I know you're a huge Kiss fan and you know how much of an influence we've had, not only on music, but on the human race. And you're welcome. I'm going to go.
Gene, thank you so much. That was amazing. Hey, Gene.
KissOnline.com.
Yes. Gene, finally. I think we lost Gene, but boom. Thank you so much, Gene. Gene Simmons, holy shit.
Wow, I got to check out this KissOnline.com site.
Oh my gosh.
Boom, man. Well, listen, I'm a huge Kiss fan.
Who's not?
So this was really, it was fun, but is there anything in the remaining minutes that how do you guys want to tie it up? Did you guys enjoy having me? This is like the neurotic, insecure part of me coming out.
This has been an epic.
This is one of the
going off
strangest
track
episodes we've ever done.
All right, thank you for listening.
All right.
Whew. All I can say is, don't know if you can tell, I didn't make it all the way through that one.
Brad just made a noise. Yeah. I'm the only one actually that made it
You
through.
did. You heard
Steven had to pick up his kids after about an hour. Brad had to do work. And I just stuck around. And,
it was a marathon.
It was a marathon. But it was fun. It was fun.
I mean, you guys actually took a break at one point and then came back in.
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God. Yeah, but that's what I love about this podcast is like, we can do whatever we want. So, yeah, Jesse can come. His buddies can come by. We can just talk. I don't know what I expected, but it was pretty much what it should have been.
It was its own thing.
It was its own thing, like Jesse.
Oh, yeah.
So if you want to keep up with Jesse, follow him on Instagram, Josiah Camp. He's always posting cool photos. He does a lot of stuff with, I don't want to say, like transvestites, is that, or like burlesque stuff? I don't know what the right PC terminology is, but he does a lot of cool photos and portraits. His sister also takes amazing photos, so he references her all the time too. I can't remember her Instagram name off the top of my head. So thanks to them for coming by. If you see Jesse out, definitely say hi to him. He's such a friendly, sweet dude. Also, thanks to Mike Denied for coming by. I think we might have to do a full-on podcast with him at some point just about the Murder Junkies, even if no one cares about it but me. Because to me, like, that is like such an interesting chapter of music that so few people sort of actually experienced. And what else? If you like this podcast, great. Go to goingofftrack.com. You can leave us a couple bucks for our server costs. You can also leave us a nice comment on iTunes, give us a nice rating. Or you can just tweet about the podcast, let your friends know you liked it, or send us a check for $1 million so that we can buy a mansion upstate. That's sort of what I'm trying to work towards.
Really? That's what this is all about for you?
Yeah. I'm just I'm into doing this free podcast for 5 years for the money. That's clearly why I do this. But yeah, thanks to everyone for coming by. Thanks to Brad. Thanks to Rubber Tracks. I'd like to thank my agent, my manager, my publicist, my whole team. You guys have been killing it lately. And yeah, we'll be back next week with another bizarre podcast, most likely.
Most likely.
Maybe not this bizarre, but, you know.
We'll see what we can do.
We'll see what we can do. All right, bye.